Now this is a proper castle. This was a castle like some time ago.
Die andere. Lost in Chaos.
It's windy and we're in Turkey now.
First of all, I do need to state that this entire video was filmed in the summer of 2019, before we got our stabilizing equipment. Therefore, the footage is not gonna be as stable as in more recently filmed videos. This is the Ishak Pasha Palace, above the city of Dogubeyazit, which was the first spot on our small exploration trip. See, because we ended our Azerbaijan trip in Nakhchivan, and wanted to go to Armenia next, the route through eastern Turkey and then southern Georgia seemed to be the most logical. But since we wanted to use this opportunity, we also decided to go explore eastern Turkey for a couple of days. Look at this video less as a proper showcase of the area and more like a series of fun sneak peeks that are meant to inspire you to go there yourself. Due to missing equipment and experience, the material I had wasn't very easy to use much. So even though we've went to about 10 towns, villages and other kind of settlements, quite a few of them will only be seen for mere seconds. I also at this point again want to apologize for the level of shakiness this video has in certain areas. On the next morning, we then continued by visiting Van, mainly for its impressive castle walls, which we of course again filmed from various angles. I gotta admit that the walls looked a bit too refurbished from down there, which made me feel kinda odd, but ultimately, it's an amazing place nevertheless. Underneath the castle, there's a few ruins of the former old town of Van, where we've walked around previously, but we didn't film it for reasons I already forgot. I went to research a bit on the castle, and apparently it was already built in the ancient Urartu kingdom between the 8th and 7th centuries BC. But I'm not sure how much reconstruction happened in the meantime. Here, you are seeing a very short clip of our long walk trying to find Cavustepe, ruins of an even older fortress on some random hills. I honestly don't have that much to say about it, given the fact that information on it also seems to be very sparse. Needless to say, our second day was very much focused on castles. And then we continued right onto Hosap Castle in the village of Güzelsü, which definitely is one of my favorite locations in eastern Turkey. Important to note as well is that the castle apparently isn't open usually, but was open for some people while we were around. Sadly, I can't really tell you what to do if you find it closed, but it may be that you can only enter it if you're on a tour, which is what I guess the people that were there were on. There's also ruins of the old village of Hosap in the background, as well as old walls going up the hill to another old fortress that would have been way harder to reach, and we simply didn't have the time to do that. On the third day, being very Old Town focused, we started off quite early in Diyarbakir, which often is seen as the capital of the Kurdish area. Sadly, huge parts of the walled Old Town have been and are currently being demolished, and I'm not sure if there's any plans on reconstructing them accurately. There was a story about losing our car, which I'll eventually tell in a separate video, but we then continued on to Mardin, which we practically have no video material of, and I hate that because it's by far the most beautiful city in the whole area. After that, we then continued to Midyat, where we kind of messed up big time. Apparently, there's two different old town looking neighborhoods and we went to the wrong one, and after we've already lost so many hours in the morning, we didn't have the time to properly explore it as extensively as we would have liked. Last but not least, we then also stopped in Hasankeyf, where, again, due to the time being lost, we just had enough time to skim the area without filming it, since it already had begun to get dark. The area actually offers a ton of ancient sites, however, according to articles I found, it may be underwater due to massive flooding by a dam they built, so I'm not sure if you would be able to even visit it anymore. The following day was really uneventful. We basically spent most of it driving back to Iddir, bringing our car back and then getting a bus to Kars. I've also filmed this field of what looked like volcanic stone to me, but there's really nothing else I can showcase right now. On our last day in eastern Turkey, however, we finally visited Ani, one of the places I was most looking forward to. Now, technically speaking, I'm not sure if you can really call Ani Turkish, since it is a ruined medieval Armenian city, but as the border between the two countries is closed, you have to get to Turkey to visit it. For people who love archaeology and ruins and the like, this place could be heaven on earth. Since I'm far from a history buff, I decided to just put music over an array of clips we filmed walking around the ruins. And after we've left Arni, we drove through fields, more fields, rain, and cows.
Dann mach mal die Fresse, dann kannst du besser filmen. Nicht du, die andere. Halt. Lost in Chaos. Lost in Chaos.
Auch kaum.
Auch 20 Minuten. Saufett.
But after everything cleared, we finally arrived in the village of Yildirimtepe, where we started our final hike to Satan Castle. Which also, by the way, translates to Devil's Castle, and apparently comes from the belief that a devil was once spotted in the area. Now, admittedly, on every picture and also from any angle that is not exactly in front of the castle, it looked like you could not actually go over there, so we wholeheartedly believed that you could only look at it from the outside, but luckily this turned out to be wrong. So we had some lovely time walking around the ruined castle grounds in the middle of this beautiful gorge. We couldn't stop there for too long though, because the storm was about to break loose, which I kinda tried to film on the way back. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed our Eastern Turkey showcase, and maybe I could get some of you interested in going there yourself. If you do like watching travel vlogs like this one, I'd recommend you to subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to post many more of these in the future, with way more production value and way less shaking. I'd also love if you leave a like and comment your opinions down below. Hopefully I'll see you around next time.